Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, Capri Social Network. As always, I am your host, Capri, aka Cap. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about why today's dating scene and dating market has become more and more scary due to the high rates of HIV for the most part. So for some of you who may not know, Houston, Texas is one of the most heaviest populated HIV infected cities throughout the whole entire nation, the whole entire US. With that being said, I'm going to cut straight to the chase by showing clips of a nurse saying how she has to deal with several HIV patients, and she happens to work in the city of Houston, Texas. And I want to also show you a lady, a fairly attractive lady, who happens to be infected with HIV and goes into detail about one of her experiences while having to deal with HIV as well.
Yeah, I know y'all think life is a game, but in all seriousness, in the past week, I done had several patients coming in finding out that they're HIV positive. And y'all keep making these posts and these jokes, and it's not funny. This shit is ruining people's lives from their early 20s to even as old as 50 years old. Stop playing. It's not funny. It's nothing funny about it. And you want to know what's so crazy? I seen a video of this gay dude on TikTok. He's a viral dude bragging about how he just moved to Houston and he just met somebody baby daddy, somebody trade, somebody thug drug dealer, and he let him the shit out of him first night because he grown and all of that, and he sent him on about his way. Y'all think this is funny? You know how many download men it is out here playing? It's not funny. Ladies, strap up, because these dudes is disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, I know y'all think like.
Now, if you bear with me, I wanted to show the second clip on behalf of another lady talking about one of her experiences while being diagnosed with HIV, which is pretty sad.
Over the weekend, I told someone that I was talking to, but for only a week, so maybe that's where I went wrong. I don't know, that I was HIV positive. This is the first person that I've ever told that I'm actually talking to that, saw something with. Basically, he blocked me. I've been really down about it because it's nothing that I did. And he's just not giving me a shot, and it kind of sucks. Because I've never been in this kind of position, I've never felt this kind of rejection before in my life. But I'm so happy and I'm so proud of myself because I did tell him, and I wasn't ashamed when I told him. I was very matter-of-factly when I told him, and that's really big for me because I'm finally embracing and getting confidence in this new journey that I'm on. Our hope is not lost. Over the weekend, I told someone, I know I'm going to be happy with someone. I'm happy now, and I know someone's going to understand me and love me for who I am. The ideal situation would be damn, this shit is scary, but if you're telling me that I'm not at risk and that you're healthy, I'm willing to do the research that I need to do to see if we can make this work. This was my first experience telling someone. It sucks. I know I'm going to be happy with someone. I'm happy now. And
now let me exit out of Instagram, which these last two clips are a part of. Go back to StreamYard. And I just wanted to let you know how this is why the Bible states how multiple times we should flee from fornication due to these exact kinds of instances. And not only that, but how the Lord honors marriage. because if you don't abide according to your commandments, this could be you in the same exact kind of predicament. Some of you may happen to even be unfortunate enough to be in the same predicament as the last female who spoke in the last clip, or spake according to the Bible. The past participle is spake instead of spoke. Anyways, and I digress. This, once again, everybody, is why the Bible is so adamant about having sex outside of wedlock. And I can see why now when I look at things from a biblical context and perspective. Otherwise, if more people did how the Bible states, which a whole lot of you hate to read and abide by, due to how some of you look at it as foolishness and fictional, where actually non-fictional, or is it? Well, I take that back. Fictional would be on behalf of the things in the Bible being not true or fake. So I'm saying it right, fictional. Anyway, you also are so prideful. So many of us are so prideful to the point where we feel like we could do things based upon our instincts instead of going by God's commandments and God's words. Due to how so many of us are so prideful, so stubborn, always want things our way, always want to be so entitled to have certain things going our way at each and every moment. And especially due to social media, with the popularity of social media and smartphones, due to how half of us don't even much pray, because we feel like the Lord is not taking too long. Whenever we may pray for him, we can't get our prayers answered right away, or what we may want or desire right away, and due to us living in a microwavable generation. On top of that, so many of us also, where I also want to state this, the Bible also talks about how it's better to marry than to burn. If I'm not mistaken, that's in the first book of Corinthians. So for some of you who don't know, Corinthians is part of the New Testament. And I always have found the New Testament, out of both testaments in the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament, I always have been more fond of the New Testament due to how I found the New Testament to be more understandable. But it talks about how it's better, in other words, instead of being the type of person who always wants to have sex from person to person or fornicate, whoremonger, also when person after person, how it's better to have one particular person to be intimate with, and in most cases, that person should be either our wife or our husband, because that's one of the main reasons why the people don't believe in having marriage. I would say that's personally one of the main reasons, due to how some people feel like they wouldn't be able to whore around, have their way sexually when X amount of people, whenever they felt like it, due to how the Bible is so adamant about cheating while being married, because you're looked at as an adulterer. The men are usually adulterers. The women, on the other hand, are usually looked at as adulteresses. And it also talks about how the Bible, if you are a person that's married, yet is still having sex with other people. And this is another reason why there are high cases, not just in Houston, Texas, but in other cities and states, big cities and states, primarily throughout the U.S., due to how there are quite a bit of people that are married, but yet still are having either side dudes or side women, or aka side chicks or side pieces, you could say, due to how so many people that are in marriages are unfaithful while being in marriages, which is one of the main reasons why people may either have a wife or husband, and after fooling around behind either their husbands or their wives' back, having consistent sex with a person outside of their marriage, only to go back and lie right next to either their husband or wife, and had a nerve to be intimate with their husbands or wives while having a side dude once again, or a side chick. This is one of the main reasons why more and more HIV and AIDS infections are becoming more prevalent and more higher as well. Anyways, and without further ado, you guys have a good one and take care.